Hello everyone, this is Professor Halsey, and today we want to jump into activity 2. Not for the activity 2, but this is the after activity party. We're going to come here and practice and get better understanding of how some of the commands work. So let's jump into the activity and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Down at the bottom when you submit it, it says submit your document and then come back and practice, and that's what we're going to look at this afternoon. Down here at the bottom you'll see submit your task, and after that you can perform some additional task activities given below. So that's what we're going to look at doing today. And I can turn on my unit down here and use it just like I'm using it for the activities. I don't have to worry about doing anything. Just make sure you don't hit submit unless you've already completed your activity. But you just don't hit submit here and everything's fine. You can use it as long as you want. And when this time's out, it gives us an option to increment, and we can use it even more. Okay, so today they wanted us to explore options like less and more to customize the display of the manual pages. So we can do actually man more, pipe more. All right, so it's saying which manual page do you want? So let's say we want a manual on the manual. All right, so this tells us how we can use the manual. It's an interface to the system reference manuals. If you just use the man command, it comes back with the options and the format on how to use it. Like we got here, man. All right, we can use the -K option, lowercase k, for uppercase K, and that gives us a term option there. -F gives us the page option, and -L the file, -W page. Okay, so this is telling us how to use the manual, or we use the manual for the manual. And down here it gives us a description. Man is the system's manual pager, meaning you move through the different pages of the manual. It's normally the name of a program, a utility, or a function. The manual page associated with each of these arguments is then found and displayed. So anytime you call man and a command name, there's actually a manual page out there that's then pulled in and displayed for you. That's what shows us what's there. With each of these arguments, so you can use the different arguments. Section if provided, you'll direct man to look only in that section of the manual. The default action is to search in all of the available sections, so we can curtail where it searches to. And right now you see down here at the bottom it says more. That's because I used the pipe more function, so it's waiting on me to hit either the enter key will give me one more line at a time, or if I hit the space bar, it gives me a page at a time. You can scroll back up in it and look through what's already been displayed. So don't feel like once you hit the space bar and it goes down that you can't see what's down there. All right, and here it gives you some examples at the bottom. Several examples. I keep hitting the space bar. If you get tired and you don't want to continue hitting the space bar, you can always do Control C and it breaks out of the command and goes to the bottom. Okay. Right. Now the other option, and from what I'm learning now, less is more. Less is the more common function to use here, and you actually get more with using less. Okay, see how at the bottom it's still waiting for me to either hit the enter key or space bar. The difference is how it's loading each page. With the more command, it loads the whole file all at once and holds it in memory, so it's taking up a good bit of memory. If you're using the less function, it only loads a page at a time into memory, so it's not being as much of a memory hog. Then I can use Control Z to exit out of that function. You can see it says it's stopped, so we can come out and get back to the command line. Okay, so that's less and more. Right, where is, I'm going to show you a document that I found, and that's what it's all about, is being able to do some research. Okay, here we're looking at the where is command with examples in Linux, and I'm going to encourage you, I'm not going to walk through each of these as a demo, I just want to encourage you to look at some of these examples here at this particular site, mostly because it gives you something to try. And once you start trying to execute some of these commands and just seeing how they work at the command line, that's what brings it home. So the more you go type these in at the command line, the better you understand how they're going to work, and it's just going to click faster the more you're typing them in. Now, play with them. Don't just go type it in, and make sure you understand what's coming out, because what they're showing you here is the location of where this file is found. And if you do any type of admin, well, even personally, I need to know sometimes where files are. So using the where is command is very fun to get to know how to use, so you can find things on your hard drive in Linux. Okay, next is host name, and it's a double-edged sword. We can actually use it to display the host name, or we can use it to set the host name. All right, so this I do want to look at real quick, so we can go in and run. Okay, so here, host name, all one word, and you see it comes back and tells me that I'm the LB user 001P12J. That's my user name right now. So if I wanted to make that something different, I can use host name, and so I give it my name, and then host name is then equal to the name that I gave it, so I can use it to reset the host name as well. All right, that can be a little dangerous, because if you have a host name set up a certain way in the system and you rename it, you can cause issues throughout the system. So you have to make sure sometimes to maintain a correct host name. You may have to come here to set it to that name at one point, but once it's set, unless there's some major modifications made, you don't usually come here to rename it unless it's a setup. Okay, I tried my LSB release, which is short for Linux System. All right, hang on. Standard base, Linux standard base. It was a joint project by several Linux distributors under the original structure of Linux Foundation. So usually it comes within a release. So I'm not sure why it's not here. And I even tried to install it and that didn't work. So I was just going to show you what it says it does. It displays the version of the LSB against which distribution is compliant. So if I'm trying to check the version or the release or any of the information about the system, it's going to give me that information when I print out, so you can see the example here at the bottom of this window. Okay, here's the last one. It's DF, and DF stands for disk free, or we're looking for how much free space there is on our disk. All right, and it comes in 1K blocks. All right, so that's what it's telling us when it gives us the output. So if we wanted to be specific, I'm not sure if it's going to, I don't think it'll let me copy and paste, but we can go do a DF-H, displays the usage in human readable format, and it specifies the file or the directory whose file system usage you want to check. All right, so we'll go in, let's go try our DF-H /home, and you'll see here it gives me the file system and the local root, and it's given me the file size of 43G used. I've got 8.2 available, 33, so that means we're using 21%. Okay, that to me is pretty cool, like being able to see file sizes of different things, and you can do it easily with this command at the command prompt. Okay, and we can do it and use the df command to find the size of a particular file. There it was of the entire system. Here we can go look at a particular file and note how big the file size is for that particular file. Right? There's also other instances. -all, -b, block sizes, total, we can get a total. Now the neat part about where I'm at right now is that it's going to then come give me an example of using all those options. And I'm not going to walk through all of them, but yes, here's an example of DF-A, -H, and you can see the difference in the two. And -K, and that's on a particular file. All right, so watch through, there's the total. So it gives you a total down here at the bottom. All right, so make sure to play with the different notations down here, or extensions, switches is what they're called. When you use them off of a command, it's called a command switch. Hope you enjoyed the after party activities. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you and have a great day.